Hypothetically speaking, and this is the context I'm going to give before we continue with the video. If you were to play a game of Call of Duty, got into it with somebody, and you said, $1,000 money match. It's 1v1 right now. But their cousin was like a phase player. They get behind the IP and everything. They beat the shit out of them, like 20-0, and then they go pay up. And then somehow it got exposed that the person playing wasn't actually the one that created the IP. Are you paying $1,000? Immediately, some people will like understand why I'm getting into this or why I got into that context because of the situation that occurred the other day with Pokeduels and Galzo. Huh, you're a branded player. I thought you loved Galzo. I thought, you know, I thought you were a branded glazer. Isn't this gonna be some biased video? Look, whatever shit you want to say after one of my most viral videos, which if you haven't watched it already, go ahead and watch it. Old topic, but I mean, still worth a watch, you know? But whatever, bullshit out of the way. I will always critique somebody by their actions and not their reputation, words, etc., etc. And that's just always how I went about things. I don't want people going nuts or whatnot or saying some type of shit. I don't care. Let's just keep going. The other context to get into this, I'll just put a TLDR. Pokeduels is a Pokemon TCG YouTuber. They're known to be very vocal and rage bait. Basically, they're the kind of people that would try to instigate a fight, but then run away and talk shit about how no one could catch them. That's basically the understanding that you got to get behind Pokeduels. If you want to say that I was slanderous, I could care less because their actions pretty much deemed that, especially for this entire situation. And then Galzo, to keep a long story short, Mans is a YouTuber. He started popping off when Branded was coming out. Is a pretty good player for the most part. He knows at the very least when he knows what he's talking about. When it comes to playing Branded, he's pretty good with that. I got a lot of my tech and tips from him, specifically from his videos, his content, etc., etc. I have a more like general knowledge on the kind of YouTuber he is because of the fact that I've seen his videos more often. So there's that. The TLDR was basically Pokeduels was putting out a post basically saying, "Oh, Pokemon TCG is like way harder than Yu-Gi-Oh TCG," and let's admit it, no one really bothered with the statement. Of course, it's just like, what is it? People on a general consensus understands that like Yu-Gi-Oh has a more technical ability behind it versus like Pokemon has the mindset of if you have a playable hand, you have it. Right? If you have the out, then you have it. Yu-Gi-Oh more or less has those periods of times. Like for example, if you have Lancia against Malice, you're guaranteed to win. If you have Shifter against Fiendsmith, you're guaranteed to win. But it's not always periodically like that. Whatever the contact, whatever that specifically may be, he was just rage baiting. A lot of people guessed it was just a rage bait, but then Galso decided to take it up a notch, whether it be his ego or the fact that like he just wanted to shut up another rage baiting piece of shit. At least maybe that's how he felt. I don't know. He basically just said, "Let's have a money match right now. $1,000 on the line. You play me." More or less, the way that I saw it, it looked like he was just trying to like, put out a statement, but then make it to where he's not going to respond because obviously a Pokemon player getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, they're not gonna know shit. It's like they're basically jumping from solitaire to fucking poker. Um, but Pokeduels jumped on, of course, and said, "Let's play." Um, the thing that people mentioned was the fact that he said you can pick a deck, and he also ended up just picking tier limits, which I think was a very shitty idea. um, Whatever the case may be, um, went forward with it. They shared a DB user, and then they met up, and Galzo lost. Galzo lost 2-0. Now, when I first saw that, I was like, either this man just like sucks at the game or he got sacked. But then I realistically looked at it and I'm like, damn, what if they were either legit Yu-Gi-Oh players before Pokemon TCG or someone just came in? So then Nesh confirmed the IPs of the individuals, and there was a lot. There's like a lot of people behind a single account that had over 8,000 duels, which is fucking crazy. So, um, after that was not the IPs were leaked, but it was basically leaked that there's multiple people behind that single account. Everybody started going nuts. They first started going nuts when Pokeduels was like, I didn't get paid. What the fuck is going on here? And then Galzo basically just said, that's not Pokeduels who dueled me, which I think people should know outright that no Pokemon player, unless they've played during fucking tier format, is doing post Magnificent Mavens tier limits combos. Like, there's just no fucking way. Unfortunately, we have motherfuckers like Stevie Blunder, and I've mentioned this guy before, and I'll admit, at first, I didn't really hate the guy. I didn't really have, like, any personal problems with him. I just thought he was a very, like, sarcastic slash, similar to Pokeduels, rage bait sort of kind of YouTuber, because I always felt that people like him were the kind of people that love to say some very absurd shit, see people get pissed off about it and just laugh, because that's really all they really got going on in their life. It's not me trying to like take shots at him personally. It's just the way that I see him. Like, I always just kind of view those people as folks that just love instigating some sort of bullshit or drama, or like just saying something to like flare up the conversation, because it's just entertainment to them, which I never really understood. I made like not a video based off of him, but like off of like a statement he made about Brandon, and then all of a sudden, like, what sparked my interest on this was watching Galzo's video, and then he was like, Stevie Blunder made a video about this. I'm like, I wonder what kind of shit he had to say. I obviously took a look at the video. I watched it like minute to minute to like truly understand what was going on, because sometimes you hear what people say and then you don't really get it, from the video. So I figured, all right, I'm gonna take someone's word for it. I'm gonna take it like minute to minute, millisecond to millisecond. Like, what the hell did he actually say? And I'm gonna be honest. I've concluded that Stevie Blunder is a scummy piece of shit. I'll remind y'all, I don't hate the guy. I don't know him personally. He hasn't done anything personal to me. He hasn't done anything personal to my family. The most he can ever do is maybe talk shit about whoever the hell. Doesn't matter to me. Like, a person that doesn't walk with respect isn't one I really pay too much mind to. So like, when it came to that sort of situation, I was kind of surprised that like something was big in the first place involving their name, because like, you don't hear names like that often. You know what I mean? Like, you don't hear names like that and then associate it with, a situation like this, but there ended up being one. And then um, to basically get down what Stevie Blunder said basically, you did not um, you did not specify the stipulations. You did not verify the stipulation. Therefore, because you got hustled and because you got scammed, you deserve to put that out in the world that you lost, you're a shitty player, and that you basically got hustled, and you deserve to go minus 1,000. Which I thought at first when I watched the video was just extremely scummy, like extremely scummy. To just outwardly say. It's not even the fact that it's his personal opinion. I don't really care about what people have to say. It's just the fact that no sane person is truly saying this, and the reason I say that is because you can't put out there a statement like that, and I'm talking not just specifically about Stevie Blunder. I'm talking about the other people that are either meat writing him or like just standing behind a statement. You can't stand behind a statement and expect people to like comply completely. And it's not because people are just pussies or people are like, not in for their word. It's just the fact that you got to really think about it clearly, right? Why the fuck am I going to go against someone that's named Steven? I'm going against Steven, and I'm expecting to go against Steven, right? And I don't have to make any adjustments. I just go, damn, I'm gonna duel somebody. We're going all in, ego driven, etc., etc. And then all of a sudden, Steven is not Steven, it's Samantha. You know, that's just shitty. This shitty period. You know, like whether or not you put into account stipulations, it's still a shitty thing to do. No one's gonna disagree. That's the reason why Stevie Blunder in the video said this drama is funny because it's two scammers scamming each other, which I don't entirely agree, but we can at the very least agree what he did was fucking scummy. And if we can agree that what Pokeduels did, right, or at the very least the people behind the brand Pokeduels, what they did was scummy, then we can both agree that what occurred was a fucking hustle, was a scam, something, quote unquote, illegal, right? Like, there are various things that we can get into, right, that could, like, outwardly affect certain things. Like, let's put in serious topics. Because fuck all the TCG games, drugs, fucking, what is it? Fucking hookers, anything beyond those crazy things, right? Just so the video doesn't get fucking flagged. Um, we put into consideration those type of deals, those type of stipulations, and those type of kind of business going around. You really put into thought that putting real shit on the table fucking matters. But obviously, either to make a statement, to be funny, or to piss people off, this man outwardly said that Galza was a scammer, Galza was or is a POS, etc., etc. Basically, like slandering this person's name. And I get to say slander. I get to say slander because you're off. What is it? Off putting a bunch of hypotheticals onto a person that you don't even know personally. You don't know this person personally, and yet you're putting off all these things. If I were to go on here and say that Stevie Blunder is a scum to the earth because he went and killed 17 people, that's just like, not only is that over exaggerating, just like he did, but it's also overblowing whatever context we're talking about. Or like, what is it? A statement could be as broad as oh, people don't like Stevie Blunder in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and then I could add on top of that because he killed 17 people, which is like, again, just shitty outright. And I make such an extreme example because that is literally what he fucking did. He went and said he couldn't pay, he's poor, or he couldn't pay, he's a scum, he couldn't pay, so he sucks at Yu-Gi-Oh, he couldn't pay, so therefore he is all these different things that he just wouldn't put up on there. Again, whether it be for views, whether it be for a video, it's still just shitty in general. Because let's just say he did all this for the broad reasoning of just to put up a video that's funny, entertaining, and just wanted like a good chunk of views, right? I think it's perfectly fine for anybody to try to chase a bag on YouTube. I think it's hard enough as it is to like either come up with a topic or to say something and then like make it entertaining or passionate. But to go on to this platform to outwardly say that somebody is X, Y, or Z, and you're not even gonna like really fact check it, or you're just gonna say something, right? It's just absolutely scumming to me. And you've been having history here and now. I am talking to you, Stevie Blunder. You have had history with the Cali Effects video, and you went and said that the Cali Effect was a POS boss or businessman, and to say that he was a scammer too because he didn't pay his editor. When realistically, all that entire situation was just miscommunication between two grown adults, one of whom was still very pissed off, passionately about the whole situation because he deserved to be, and the other just didn't have just didn't follow up completely with their thing, was it with their contract. And honestly, people make mistakes, and he tried attempting to fix all that and not hiding it at all. But what you did instead was to basically paint somebody and say, oh, they didn't do this or that within the time frame of me doing this video, so I could care less about putting out the facts. You do not understand the type of platform and the privilege that you have to have a community. What you say with that community will also affect the type of behavior that will bring up into other people's communities, into other people's videos, into other people's fucking live streams, etc. You know this. You know this personally, and yet you continue to make stupid videos like this where you go out and you say some slanderous ass shit. I don't care that you exaggerate. Honestly, people exaggerate like fucking IShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, other people that either scream, shout, go nuts in their video, or they do some type of stupid shit. And honestly, things are fine. Things are fine to express the way that you want to express things because that's just the kind of person you are. I'm not going to change that. But what type of things that do need to change are the fact that you make videos like this on Galzo and you're sitting there and you're sleeping in bed perfectly fine because you said X, Y, and Z, and you can live with the fact that you painted somebody's picture out there just for the hell of it, and most people are going to sit with you. Like, I'm not trying to make it out as if he's like the most evil scum in the world. There are plenty of people like that, but we have to sit and really think about the type of content that people like him put out there. It's not specifically, oh, let's let's talk about drama. Like, I could care less if someone's talking about drama. If someone's content is centered around people's downfalls, I mean, shit, that's just how it is. People make funny content, or they just make negative content about the fact that someone else just I don't know, fell and tripped over a goddamn sidewalk. I could care less what it is for as long as that video is not slanderous. Like, for God's sake, I grew up watching commentary YouTubers, and all they kept doing was talking shit, talking straight shit. And you know what? It's perfectly fine to talk straight shit. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying what should happen is he shouldn't have videos that have such a deep impact to all this. I cared less after the Cali Effect situation, because then when it came to him talking about different YouTubers and different people, or like different takes in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, I could care less. You could have all the types of takes you want for as long as like it ain't affecting anybody personally. This is affecting someone's fucking fucking reputation, just simply because you decided to put a video out there and say, hey, let's just do X, Y, and Z. Even if you didn't put a video out there, let's do what you did for Galzo. Let's really do what you did for Galzo. In the situation where you would have hypothetically taken some dumbass bet and say, hey, I'm gonna duel you, and winner takes 1,000 grand. Was it 1 grand? We're gonna take a single ban. If either of us beat the other. If you had put yourself in a dumbass stipulation for, especially for a deck that you didn't know personally how to play, but you just decided to take, you would not have given them that $1,000 honorably. You would not have given them $1,000, period. Because let's be fucking realistic. If anybody else got hustled like that, if anybody else was put in that situation, hypothetically, and they really just didn't create the stipulations at all either, they would for sure say, nah, you're not the person I was supposed to duel, so I'm not giving you shit. I'm not paying you shit. And we're going to get into some legal problems if there is going to be, if there continues to be personal problems about this. Especially if you're going out and posting the fact that I didn't pay you for something that you did. Something scummy that you did. And you're a liar if you're saying otherwise. You see what I did with that last statement? You see what I did with that last statement? You did that exact thing. You said that exact thing about Galzo. You said, and you did this. You said you are a fucking liar for the fact that you said that you would not have taken a dime from that YouTuber. That's what you did. You did all that. Anyways, now that all that has cleared up, I personally just think this whole thing was overblown than it should have been. I'm not going to sit here and say that Galzo doesn't deserve either the hate or the jokes being made about him, because even for me, someone that is respected and still respects his content, it doesn't take away the fact that he put himself in a situation to be clowned on, to be made fun of. You can't come into a situation, not create stipulations or double check stipulations, double verify who the fuck you're going to be playing with and who the fuck is going to be there, right? Or at the bare minimum, make it to where they're going to either go to the UK or you leave from the UK to America and say, hey, we're going to do this face to face, right? Like, if you put yourself in such a stupid situation, you deserve to be made fun of, despite the fact, whatever the hell you did, positive, negative, or moderate, you put yourself in that bad of a situation. You kind of have, you kind of give the right to a whole bunch of people to start saying some stupid shit about you. Nasty things, maybe not, which a majority are doing, but you know what? It is what it is. Time has passed. It's literally been like a day after this whole thing is overblown, so some people are probably going to consider this old already. But I figured I decided to, say something just for the hell of it, because I'm gonna just put it out there. I really do not respect people that come off on a board and then just start saying some disrespectful shit or doing some disrespectful shit and thinking it's funny to just ruin other people's reputation, or to say some extremely wild shit and not have the consequences for it. It's funny too, because when you really put them in a situation like that and they come towards a corner where they realize they really fucked up, they're gonna be sitting there pointing fingers at everybody else and saying, "Oh, it was your fault for doing this," or "It's your fault for that. It was technically your fault because of this and that and that." All the things that occur for this situation, or that Galzo was doing, Stevie Blunder would absolutely fucking do for himself, for a fact that if he himself caught any fucking strays, he would just be doing that shit. It would be shitty for me to say that this man would push content for people to be douchebags or cheaters or whatnot, but that's obviously an overblown statement, and that's obviously a statement that's fucking stupid. You can't make a blatant or a blatant statement like that and not expect to catch strays or catch stones to your glass. Whatever the case may be, honestly, it's done. Everything is done. There's not more to really say about this. It's just me putting a video out there because I'm just so tired of seeing these motherfuckers come up and then they're saying some fucking stupid shit and not understanding, or they do understand the consequences, but they just don't care. Either because they're small enough to the point where they say whatever the fuck they want and no one catches strays on them, or the fact that they're big enough but they also have the capacity to not care enough to respond or make a video because they know in the end it's just going to make them look bad. But it is what it is. Whatever the hell happens with this video will happen to this video. If y'all have any disagreements, go for it. I'm not going to try to refute or respond or anything unless someone really wants to put it out there. I could care less on if Stevie Blunder watches this video or doesn't watch this video, or say that my video is completely irrelevant or whatnot. At the end of the day, let's be real. Because I'm going to just I'm going to do the same exact shit that people are doing to Galzo and two people that are like just putting out statements. People would lie and say that they would not, to say that like they would pay up front if they got hustled like that, if they got embarrassed like that, if they got embarrassed and put out on a stick, and then at the end of it be told, wait, but you didn't pay me though. You didn't pay me that one band. You didn't pay me shit. So what the fuck are you doing? You know, like it's so funny too because Stevie was trying to like, or at the very least for me, it looked like Stevie was trying to cover up the fact that like Pokeduels did something douchey. Like they covered it up, especially towards the end, by just saying this is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Drama needs to be: two scammers trying to scam each other, when really you were just trying to put, or it seemed like you were just trying to put strays onto Galso, because you were like, isn't what Nash did kind of illegal? Isn't what he did kind of illegal? When like that shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't be a discussion for the fact that like what Pokeduels did is technically illegal. Let's put that there. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting rambly. This has been an incredibly long night. I just had my birthday the other day, so past this one video particularly, I'm probably not going to post anything crazy. I'm probably just going to do something fun. Whatever the hell happens will happen. I got onto a new deck, so maybe a new deck profile. I've been holding off on certain videos for a while. Low-key, it's still fucking dreadful to try and edit all that, but whatever the case may be, here we are. Stay tuned or don't stay tuned, whatever works for y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the video. I'm gonna be out.
Don't look me in the eyes and say that you're alright. Yeah, faded off of Molly, so you up a couple flights. This ain't really love, yeah, this ain't really love. Grab a couple bottles, baby, I'ma fuck it up. Don't look me in the eyes and say that you're alright. Faded off of Molly, so you up a couple flights.